any of your characters that you would want everyone in the world to hear, what would it be?
Well, I do think that Cass's message was largely one of acceptance, and he early on averred that sentiment. He was saying, he said, for instance, I'm utterly indifferent to sexual orientation, and I think he genuinely meant that. Like there was zero value judgment from him about how someone chooses or how someone is in the world, and I think that that's a really important message. And ironically, of course, I think it took Castiel a very long time to actually get to that place within himself. But when he did, and when that clicked for him, when that like intellectual understanding that I think he had finally penetrated it to the reflexive to his own self, then it was like transformative and on an epic and even like spiritual level. And I think that is this incredible challenge. Like we have a society that is in general, in spite of what we see, like with the pendulum swing in the other direction, I think we are moving toward greater acceptance and greater tolerance and an openness for people to live as they want in the world. And yet, the challenge that we're all faced with is actually having that acceptance within our own selves. And Castiel ultimately, I think, ended up being an example of that, and I think that is really important. I do wish that we could have a lot more of that in our inner worlds and in our outer world, but if we all keep at it, eventually we'll get there, I think.
Well, thank you for being a big part of that, Misha.
Thank you.